Good morning to all. Once again, we are starting a new lesson. Okay, already we have completed block 7 and 7 only. There is one topic, paraphrasing. So today we are going to learn paraphrasing means exactly what. Paraphrasing is nothing but to write a summary of a poem or to any other passage. Already we have completed a poem. See how paraphrasing can be done. Okay, so last time we have completed a poem. A poem was television. Okay, so here they have given two examples. The first one is like this. I hope the same is in your textbook. Model text, writing guide. Here they have given model text means example they have given. Read the poem Television from But Did You Ever Stop to Think to Our Darling Children? Please explain. Okay, given below are paraphrase A and paraphrase B. Read both and make observations. Here they have given us two paraphrases. One is A, another one is B. So let's check the first one. In this part, the poet is asking if parents have ever stopped to think what television does to their children. It rots their senses and kills their imagination. It clogs and clutters their mind. The children become dull and blind. The child can no longer understand any fantasy. His brain becomes as soft as cheese and his thinking rusts and freezes. He can no longer think. He can only see. The poet says that parents will wonder what they need to do entertain their children. If they don't, let them watch television. We have seen some of the lines. This is nothing but explanation of the same lines. So to write that in short or to just explain in a passage, it's nothing but a paraphrasing. Okay, para means passage and phrasing means here sentences. Okay, so here you can see this is more of a copy of the poem but put into the form of prose. We have already seen poetry or that poem, and that was something very different. The lines were different, there was a rhyming scheme, rhyming words were there. Okay, so that's why that was a poem. But now we have written the meaning of the poem, we have written the meaning of some lines. Hence, we have written it in a prose form, okay, like a lesson form. Hardly any original words or expressions are used. Here, they have not used any original words from the poem itself or any expression from the poem itself. Now, let's take another example, example B, and let's observe and understand the difference. In paraphrase B, in this part of the poem, the poet questions the parents whether they have ever wondered how negatively television affects their children. It takes away their senses and destroys their power of imagination. Okay, these words were there. Look at them carefully. It fills up their minds with so much unnecessary information that it resembles a choked drain. Children become lazy and inactive. Their brains become useless, unable to think. They are so used to watching television that they can now only see without any reasoning. Okay, the parents on their part seem to agree with the poet. However, they are clueless about the options they have to replace television as a source of entertainment for their children. Okay, so original words and expressions have been used. There are some of the expressions like children become lazy and inactive. So these expressions they have directly used. The mood of the poem is maintained, and they have maintained the mood of the poem or the tone of the poem. The problem in this part of the poem has been clearly explained. So this is the paraphrase B. Okay, so this one is the correct example of how to do paraphrasing or to write summary of the given stanzas. Okay, let's move ahead. Here we are going to check subject and verb agreement. We know that whenever we write any sentence, we need to have one subject and verb, and at the end there would be an object. But before that, let's check subject verb agreement. Just see here, grammar guide. Okay, the same page is in your content book, so just check there. Subject verb agreement. The girls the girl sings very well. The girls in the choir sing well. In sentence 1, the subject girl is singular and the verb is sings. So now you can see the sentences. Already we have discussed first sentence is the girl sings very well. Second, the girls in the choir sing well. In sentence 1, the subject girl is singular and the verb is sings. Okay, in sentence 1, you can see girl means only one. At that time, the verb is with s. Okay, sentence 2, the subject is plural, girls, many. Okay, so here the verb becomes a simple verb without any s or es suffix. Correct? However, when there are two or more subjects in a sentence, there are certain rules to be followed. So, when there would be two or more subjects in sentence, at that time we need to follow few rules. Okay, two or more singular subjects join by and usually take a plural verb. Okay, like Ram and Hari work very hard. Pinky, Lily, and Sheila go to the same dance school. Okay, Uh, here, however, if two nouns suggest only one idea or refer to the same person or thing, the verb must be singular. Like here you have seen Ram and Hari, two characters are there. They have mentioned Pinky, Lily, and Sheila. Three. Okay, so they have kept the verb as it is. It is a simple without any s or es. But suppose if two nouns suggest only one idea, then the verb must be a singular. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady, they are suggesting one idea. That's why with this verb they have added s. Wins. Okay, idli and sambar is a wholesome food. Is a wholesome food. Okay, B. Word joined to a singular subject by with or as well as do not affect the number of the verb. It takes the singular verb. Okay. So like the captain with all his men was sent home. The captain with all his men. The captain is only one. That's why was is there sent home. Ashok as well as Anil like sweets. Ashok and Anil. Now they are many. Okay, like here they have considered. Hence, likes they have used. C. When two or more singular subjects are joined by, or, nor, either, or neither, nor. Okay, nor the verb is invariably singular. Like here in this example, you can see Jack or Tina is responsible for this. Means only one, Jack or Tina, there is a choice, hence is there. Okay, neither Raman nor Hari was present. Okay, there is a choice, Raman was also absent. Okay, Hari was also absent, so that's why was has been used. Rule number D, or the rule D, if one of the subjects is in plural, the verb must be in plural. Suppose the subject is in plural, then we need to have verb plural. The plural form of the verb governs the plural subject. Like the farmer or his servants were always working. Servants, they are many, that's why here they have used were. But first subject should be a singular. E. When the subject joined by or nor are different persons, the verb agrees with the subject nearest to it. For example, Neither my friends nor I am guilty. Neither my friends nor I am guilty. Here they have mentioned friends, and here only singular a subject is there, I. Hence am has been used. If it would have been plural, here the verb would also have been plural. Correct? Next, if either, neither, each, and everyone are always followed by a verb in the singular, like either, neither, each, everyone, it shows single thing only. Okay, that's why the verb is also here they use, which is a singular. Either of the two boys has done this. Either of the two boys has done this. So it is called as subject verb agreement. Okay, now watch out some of the important things. The quality of the grapes were good. No, it is wrong. Grape is considered as only one. The quality of the grapes was good. So was will come here. When another noun comes between a subject and its verb, the verb is often wrongly made to agree with the nearest noun. Okay, this is first is wrong. Pick the grammatically correct sentence. The bottles of water was full. The price of apples are too high. Okay, the health of patient is a doctor's greatest concern. The health of patients. Health is a singular thing here, is a doctor's greatest concern. Okay, so this one is a correct one. This is the grammatically correct. Now next is my learning chart. Fill in the chart for television. So you have to go through the poem once again. Before television, children did not keep still. They climbed out where? So you have to write by just once again reading the poem television. Okay, read it very very carefully. In case if you are not getting any answer, please let me know. You can message me or you can directly call me. Practice questions. You have to complete this and you have to write this in notebook. Okay. Paraphrasing. According to the poet, how do children who watch television behave? So you have to write this answer in a paraphrase form. How does television help adults in managing children? Okay, that you have to write. It is very simple. Already we have seen the poem. Just go through it once again and you will get the answer. According to the poet, what are the effects of watching television on children? We have seen the health issues get created, especially health of eyes. Okay, so you have to just read and you have to answer this question as well. Fourth one, what kind of a world do books present? Okay, and next is, what is the poet's advice to all parents? Last, do you think parents should take the poet's advice? Why? So all these question answers already we have seen in the poem. Okay, so just go through the poem and please do write all these answers. They are very easy. I'm not giving any ready-made answer. I want to see you whether you have understood the poem or not. Okay, so very good. Listening, speaking. Ask your partner and find his her favorite English. Ask your partner and find his her favorite English song. Listen to it at home. Paraphrase it for your friend in class. What you have to do, you have to just ask your best friend his or her favorite English song. After that, you have to listen it at home. Once you listen it, you have to just write meaning of the same. Whatever you have understood, you have to write the meaning of the same. Consider his her inputs on whether you paraphrase the song correctly and incorporate them. Incorporate means add them. Okay, whatever changes he is going to suggest, just write it once again. Then when you do a similar activity next time, so you have to do this activity. It's really good activity. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Next, eighth one. Choose the correct word from the brackets to fill in the blanks. You have to choose the correct verb form. Like, I'm not going to give you all the answers, I'll tell you selected only. The piano as well as the pipe organ dash to be tuned for the big concert. Okay, for the concert, what we have to do, the piano as well as the pipe organ here only single thing is there. Okay, so what is the correct answer according to you? Has or have? So it's a single thing only. Okay, no, not like that. It is as well as the piano as well as the pipe organ have to be tuned for the big concert. Correct? If not, find it out. Okay, you have to find out the correct answer. So you have to write remaining sentences. You have to just choose the correct one, the correct verb. Okay, and like that you have to complete. Ninth one, choose the correct verb that agrees with the subject of the sentence. Okay, you have to choose the correct verb. Like John or his brother dash responsible for this or is there. So answer is. John or his brother is responsible for this. There is a choice, means only one thing would be there. One person would be there. That's why is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Correct. This is. Okay. So you have to complete all these B, C, D, E like that. It is very, very easy. Read the rules once again. If I'll tell you all the answers, you are not going to do anything. Hence, I'm not giving you the answers. But in case of doubt, difficulty, you can call me, you can message me, and I'm there to help you. 10th one. Some of the sentences have errors in them. Rewrite them correctly. They have given us 5 sentences in which there are some errors. The teacher and the class wins the prize. The teacher and the class. Okay. So here, what is the correct thing? We have already seen some of the examples in watch out. So I am not giving any answer here also. Children likes to go to children likes to go for a picnic. Okay, children, plural subject is there. Children means many. Okay, child means only one. So here children like to go for a picnic. So we need to remove this s. Okay, so like that there are errors in these sentences. You need to find them out and you will surely. Okay, next 11th one. Read the poem Television from So Please, Oh Please, We Beg, We Pray. 2. We'll love you more for what you did. Paraphrase it in your own words, highlighting the main idea and important details. Okay, so from the poem Television, you have to read these lines. So please, oh please, we beg, we pray. Okay, and you have to just paraphrase. You have to just paraphrase them. You have to write them in a prose form. Okay, not poetry form. 12th one. Read the poem Rain by Shel Silverstein and paraphrase it in your own words. Here there is a poem, you have to just read it, you have to just understand the same. Okay, and according to or as per your understanding, you have to write the paraphrase for the same. Correct? It is easy. Just try. Last 13. Paraphrase the poem A Sea of Foliage by Toru Dutt in your own words. Okay, one more poem they have given and we have to done the same thing. Just take help of your parents, okay, or your sister or brother if they are taking any higher education and just try and understand this poem as well and you have to write the same poems paraphrase. Okay, so you have to complete all these activities and you can submit me these activities within 2 days. Okay, these all question answers. So thank you so much for listening and watching this video. you have any doubt, you can let me know. With these all question answers, you have to complete workbook S2 and S3 activity based on block number 7. For listening so patiently and watching this video. Okay, we'll meet once again with another activity, another lesson. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.